Today we have with us Aditi Navgire. She is a landscape architect. She is here to guide us about career in architecture. Very first question, which subjects are necessary for a student to continue after 12th if he wants to be an architect?
In our times, before 2000, science stream was necessary for the architecture admissions. But as you may know, that architecture is a combination of art and technology. Now they have realized that even commerce and arts students also can do architecture as well. So. But for commerce and art students, maths subject is compulsory for the architecture admission. So now all the three streams can apply for architecture after 12th.
What is the course structure and duration of architecture?
Architecture is a 5 years course after 12th, and if you want to do some post-graduation after that, then it's a 2 years course for post-graduation. You get masters in architecture degree after PG, and it is a quite tedious course, I must say, and the structure of the architecture course is very different from the courses like medical or engineering, even though it's a professional course. Till 12th, we have a very different habit or very different tradition of studying. But in architecture, the study is quite different. It's basically based on the practical training and practical aspects of architecture. So instead of having much theory part, we do have the drawing part as well, or rather we have 70 to 80% as drawing part, and rest is theory. But the drawing is very different. Means it can't be compared with the art students, because it is generally related. Generally means it is related with the building construction. So the drawings are quite different. They are too much technical drawings. As you must have seen some of the engineering drawings which the engineers do in all the industries, or the civil engineers do. So similarly, architects' drawings are also very technical drawings, detailed drawings, and the first stage of the drawings is the design. The design part is the first stage. So first we design a building, and then we get it finalized from our client, and then we have to do the detailing. So this is how the procedure is. So the same procedure is carried out in the 5 years course also.
In architecture, which are the different subjects which a student can study for specialization?
The specialization is done as post-graduation after you have the bachelor's degree. There are different subjects in which you can have PG, like you have landscape architecture, then you have town planning, construction management, then you may have a product design also as a master's subject. Then you have conservation also, but it is very restricted for some colleges. It is in Delhi SPA. So you have conservation also for Himachal.
If interior designing is a part of architecture, or it's a totally different course?
Is definitely a part of architecture, because in interior you design the space which is inside, and as an architect you design the whole space, like the outside and inside. So it is a part of architecture, but nowadays interior designing is studied as a different course. You have diploma courses in interior, or but as though we have a subject in architecture course or 5 years course also, but now interior is studied as a different wing in architecture, like it is BArch interior also. So it is in design, it is studied as well. Interior design can be studied as an independent subject, but I think that you should study interior as an architect, because it makes quite a lot difference.
After being an architect, which are the different opportunities other than own business, and are there any different opportunities in outside our country?
After passing out as an architect, it is obvious that one may think of having his or her own business, but running own business is quite difficult for an architect, because whatever you study in the college is quite different than the practical implementation. An architect has to handle quite many agencies while practicing. Like a doctor is only related to a patient, and it's a one-to-one contact between the doctor and the patient. But for an architect to have the project completed or implemented, he comes across many agencies. Like he has a civil contractor, then an electrical contractor, even a plumber. So all these agencies he has to handle, and in addition to that, while sanctioning a plan from the corporation authorities, he has to handle and follow up with the corporation authorities also. So his job is quite tedious, and he has to run after everyone, and at many issues are certified by an architect. Like even a small bill of a contractor has to be certified by an architect, and then only the client or the owner is able to pay the contractor. So the architect is responsible for each and every step while execution of a project. So, and uh, of course, if he is not willing to, or if he is not able to carry his own business, then he can apply for different government jobs. Like in corporation, municipal corporations, in central government, in PWD, they have different designations for architects. So they can apply over there now, and also they can apply in the colleges. But to apply for a lecturer in a college now, it's necessary to be a master's, and to be a professor now it is necessary to be a doctor or PhD holder.
Which different computer softwares a student should learn to be an architect?
Now the computer has entered in each field, so architect is also not an objection for that. Uh, for an architecture student, it is very necessary to learn AutoCAD. You must be knowing. Even the engineers also have to learn AutoCAD, because AutoCAD is a design drawing based software. So it is very necessary. Now, as I mentioned, from third year onwards, the students are allowed to use computers. So, and uh, rather they have to use computers. So they must know AutoCAD now uh, in second year itself. And then for presentation purpose, students must learn Photoshop, and then 3D Max. So all the presentation techniques also he has to learn, because even you pass out, and when you present your project to a client, then also you have to present now on the projector or in the soft copy. So it does matter how you present your project. So other presentation skills which are applicable on a computer, those also a student must